What's up, bro?
What's up? What's good, man?
How's it going?
Going good. Been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What you been up to lately, man?
Shit, I started this new job, man, working with 3-year-olds. So
Oh, that's what's up.
it's been cool, just learning.
One love the kids.
Yeah, man. What about you, man? What you been up to?
Nothing much. Just getting life together. Work been crazy. Been trying to get my quota. Take care of my business on my end. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Looking for other business experiences and all that stuff. So just trying to get life together, man.
That's what's up.
Got a lot on the plate though to talk about today, man.
Yeah, we got a real personal episode today. You know?
Man. Yeah, exactly, man. Just when you go through life, you know, you formulate a lot of different relationships. And
yeah.
Very rarely do you hear about somebody not having exes or.
That's true.
You know,
you never get it right the first time.
Right, exactly. Very rarely do people get it right their very first love relationship outside your family. You know what I'm saying? So I think just talking about how to get over that experience, you know, could placate well into some good content for us today, man.
It's tough, man. That first heartbreak hurt.
Yeah, it do.
It hurt, man.
Cause that first heartbreak, you don't think you're gonna ever get over it.
Yeah.
It's your first love.
It seemed like it lasts so long, man.
I know that hurt.
It hurt.
And oftentimes you don't know how to deal with it too.
Exactly.
So like,
and you don't want to like voice it to anybody because you're like, dang, I never thought I had to say anything about it. I ain't want to be that guy who, oh man, we didn't work. We've been taking all these pictures. We've been making all these memories. It didn't work. It didn't work,
man. When did you have your first heartbreak?
My first real heartbreak? Probably in college. Probably like my first real, the first real relationship I had.
Right. I don't know. What do you consider like
heartbreak?
Like, not just a heartbreak, but like a relationship to be heartbroken about.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because in high school, I used to talk to this girl. We was, I wouldn't say it was a heartbreak because we was never in a relationship, but I had feelings for her.
Right. Yeah.
But I wouldn't consider it a heartbreak. I consider that a letdown.
Right.
I was like, oh man, it didn't work. I thought we was gonna go to college together. It didn't work.
Go to college, graduate in 4 years.
Exactly.
You know, have kids afterwards. Get our six figure salaries, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I wanted a perfect thing, but it don't work like
that. Nah, it don't work. That life said, hell no.
Nope. Slap right in the face.
Got a big reality check. I'd probably say my first heartbreak was in high school. There was this one young lady that I was really super fond of. Mm-hmm. She was a nice girl. I guess I consider us boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know what she considered.
Right, that's true.
I mean, I used to walk her to her car every day. We kissed quite often.
That's the thing.
Like,
high school was crazy because you never wanted. You had the couples who was couples,
right?
But you had a lot of people who was couples, but they never had a title,
right?
And I felt like that's what I was under.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. But in high school, you do hear a lot of situations where people end up marrying their high school sweethearts.
I heard a lot.
I want to talk to more people like that because I feel like I wouldn't necessarily consider it a void, but you didn't necessarily go out there and experience other relationships with other people.
That's true.
True. I want to know how you feel that type of void too.
We definitely need to find someone who actually had a successful marriage in high school and they still together.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it, but they was divorced in a year or two.
Yeah.
So it's
you get hit with life.
I wouldn't advise nobody to do no high school relationship where it's that serious because I didn't find out who I was until after my first real breakup.
Right, exactly.
I was graduated from college.
And I think that's a young age too to be making a lot of life altering decisions around. Because I've read a couple stories. You've seen even a couple memes where the girl the girl's boyfriend declined all these scholarships to stay back here with her.
Yeah.
Nah,
it don't work.
If you're a supportive girlfriend, you're going to push your man towards something greater than himself.
Because it's going to benefit both of you guys.
Right, and vice versa too. As a man, you should be pushing your woman towards greatness as well. You're supposed to be making each other better.
Yeah,
so
you got to balance each other out. You got to push each other to those limits. That's really what it's all about.
Right, exactly. So in high school, with high school relationships, it's
man.
just you don't necessarily know yourself as a man, as a woman. I don't want to talk about female behalf.
Exactly.
But as a man, I didn't know myself fully in high school.
I didn't know I'm trying to tell you, I didn't really know who I was as a man until after I graduated and I had my first real heartbreak.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. And you're still technically building your personality, your emotional
how you deal
basis.
with
You're still building your foundation just in reference to yourself and how you deal with certain relationships. So
that's true.
I'd say that young lady taught me a lot. I'm not gonna say her name. We're not gonna name drop.
No, we're not gonna disclose. No, we can't do that.
No, but I'm pretty sure if she was watching, she would know.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, she wasn't a terrible.
No.
Nah, she wasn't a terrible person. Nah, I'm not gonna throw dirt on nobody's name.
No.
And I'm pretty sure she's a better woman
now,
than she was in high school.
That's true.
Because
she had to grow. So.
Yeah, just like me, I had to grow. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I definitely had to grow.
Yeah, I'm not the same man I was in high school that I am now. That's a shell of myself.
It's tough. Like in high school, you gotta think. You're trying to balance out what you want to do.
Yeah.
What school you gonna go to. Like. And then once you get to college, you gotta recognize like you got so much freedom. Time management is it's crazy.
Right.
People can't handle it.
Exactly.
Like, the time management thing is crazy. And then you got so many options. Like, and you don't think, oh man, if I've seen it so many times. Like where you got the couple that one is like younger than the other. Like one is in 12th, one is in 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
He or she go off to college and they leave that person behind and they never work.
Yeah.
Or if they do work, they meant for each other.
Right.
Because there's gonna be a lot of cheating involved.
Right.
Like it's gonna be a lot of temptation.
It's a lot of temptation out there.
Yeah, you just gotta that's how you know you're meant for that person.
Right.
If you can resist all that temptation at an early age and just I'm not trying to do all that.
Right, yeah. I know where I'm going. College is a business trip for me.
Yeah.
We in and out. Because college is a whole nother ball game when it comes to relationships.
Yes, man. Like in college, you really got to talk.
Right.
Like communication is key.
Communication at every level with every type of relationship is key.
Like it's so crazy because you'll be out here thinking you're in a relationship and he or she with the next person.
Right, exactly.
And you out here looking like a goofy.
like a goof. Straight up.
A big goof.
In this mug. So I think too, when you're dealing with an ex, when you're in these types of relationships, like you mentioned, it's important to communicate what you expect and what you want to get out of the experience.
Yeah.
Because X stand for experience for me.
It stand for experience for me too.
Experience, example.
Yep.
Example of what not to do.
What not to do.
Example of what to do.
Exactly.
Because
you learn. It's not always bad things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of good things that you want to take with the next one.
Right. Exactly.
You just don't want those bad things to carry over to the next one.
Right. Exactly. And I learned to know when to be a gentleman, know when I need to be a savage.
Mm-hmm.
That's
true. That's a good balance.
Having that right balance, knowing when to be respectful.
Yeah.
Knowing when to call somebody out on they crap.
Yep.
That
foolishness.
Having that balanced temperament, that you learn from these exes.
Yeah.
As Ariana Grande said, you kind of are thankful for your exes.
Thank you.
Because you know what not to do and what to do. You know? Because at the end of the day, you just have to be careful. Everybody's different. Not all females are going to be the same when you're in a relationship with them. So, I make sure that I treat every person different.
They bring a different set of qualities to the table.
Exactly.
In terms of giving tips to get over the ex, I'm gonna just say, just live in that moment.
Right.
Because that hurt that you feel, it'll help you in the long run. Like,
right. Liquid is not the answer either.
Don't
drink your problems away.
Don't drink your problems away. Like, I know it's gonna be hard for you to communicate and talk with anybody, but the best thing to do is to talk about it. Right. Not with the person though. The wrong thing, because I've seen it happen. The wrong thing to do is to keep communicating with the ex.
Right.
If they made a decision to like move on, then you got to move on too. Now, the biggest thing in order for you to move on is to forgive that person.
Right.
But you don't have to talk to that person to forgive them. That's an internal thing. Now, when you're ready, you can have that conversation and get the closure if you feel like you need it.
Right. But be at peace with yourself.
Is that in college too?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just if y'all don't work, that's a chance for you to get a strong relationship with your friends and bond. Like I be like in college, I had a couple of failed relationships. So when those relationships was over with, I saw it like, of course I'm gonna be down, because I'm used to talking to that person every day, and then like I gotta stop, and that's just a growing period. But at the same time, I'm gonna surround myself. Like I'm glad I was able to be with PK all the time. Like when shit wasn't going right, man, please.
Exactly.
I was always smiling and happy.
Right.
You wouldn't even know.
And then as you progress outside of college too, there's still some levels of men and women that are immature.
Yeah.
And they're going to be exes. You're going to get in relationships with them. They're still confused at what they want with their life. They're still sometimes, like I said, in their 20s, still trying to figure themselves out.
Exactly.
That, like I said, that's just life. So
it is life. Like
getting over an ex in adulthood is a little bit. Getting over an ex at every level is different. It's different
because it's a whole lot of responsibilities that change
along
with it. Because if you're in a serious relationship where finances involved, apartments, families, children,
property,
exactly, like all these other variables that come into play, you gotta communicate.
Right.
If we not working and you tired of trying, that's when I know it's done. But if you want to keep trying, let's keep trying.
Right.
If it's something still that we got to keep trying.
Yep.
Because
from the male's point of view too, I don't necessarily think sometimes we don't really do like the emotions, and we might not like I said, want to project. We might not want to, like you mentioned, talk about it. But like I said, sometimes that is the best thing to, articulate what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Get that stuff off your mind. Don't let it be a heavy burden.
Because if you let it build up, so like you can't. That's what I learned from the high school thing, and then the ones when it didn't work in college. I was like, man, I don't want to talk about this. I probably cried for one day for about 20 minutes. Listening to some Drake or some slow music.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, some I shouldn't be listening to. Then it's over and done with, but it's still there.
Right.
Like
that hurt just don't, especially
if you
care.
Just go, especially if you care. It don't go away.
Care, and
it'll go away quick.
Yeah.
But if you care about somebody and you just like, it's like I knew this was gonna work, and it don't work, the letdown and the heartbreak, it's gonna tear you up, and you gotta communicate. You gotta surround yourself. I think for me, having female friends that I wasn't on a level with sexually like that, it was good to just have somebody to talk to, and get like, this is probably why they did this. This is probably why they did that. But for you just gotta keep going, keep moving forward.
And to add that to since we run around in the same circle with the same group of friends, we have I say we have a nice mix of personalities when it comes to the people that we deal with.
Yeah.
So like I said, we have the savage all the way down to the sweet type of friends that we deal with. And
the ones in between.
And the ones in between. And then each level gives us a great advice on, being able to get over that heartbreak. And it, like I said, being able to, just put it all together and tie it into one has helped me. I know it's helped you.
Most definitely.
Move forward with the relationships we do deal with, you know? So
you gotta, like, for me, having, see, they not exes, so I can say they having Bree and Ray Ray there for me.
Yeah.
At the times that I needed to.
Solid female perspective.
And they helped me out so much. I don't know if I would have been able to handle it without them. So it's just, because I know we live in a world where like people think, oh, you can't be friends with a girl and not be having sex with her. No, it's not like that.
Nah.
Don't let social media fool you.
I think too, I know my dad has been a big person.
Exactly.
Within my life to help me be able to get over, because I'm a big believer in that parental intuition, and don't nobody know you better than your parents know you. So whenever they feeling some kind of hurt or they just get that feeling, it's just like
you gotta listen.
You
have to.
I know one time I was dealing with a situation in college.
Yep.
I'll never forget it because I had a baseball game that day too. It was just a whole bunch of hurt.
You know, your mind like
whole bunch of hurt going on all into one. And my dad and I just sat. He pulled me to the side and we just man to man.
Mm-hmm.
He talked to me just about going through tumultuous experiences within our life.
Yeah.
And taking them with a grain of salt, learning lessons from it.
Exactly.
Reflecting back on all the actions you did within the relationship, and being honest with yourself.
Yeah, you got to be honest.
You got to be honest with yourself. I think people fail to be honest with themselves, and they move on to the next relationship thinking they're not the problem.
Exactly. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. That's a great tip. You got to. It's never 100% the other person's
fault. No,
never.
Never. Now, I take it unless it's a domestic violence kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put blame on.
No, I know
nobody but that.
Not on the victim.
Not on the victim. Hell no. Nah. But outside of those type of situations, ain't too many situations where it's 100% on somebody else.
Yeah.
If somebody can send me a rebuttal for that and give me another example, I gladly be open to it.
I hadn't seen it yet.
But I hadn't really seen it.
Because it takes two people to be in a relationship.
Right, exactly.
This certain stuff that you do might not look bad to you. It might not be a problem, but it's a problem for the other person and vice versa.
Right,
so
exactly. That's why you got to communicate.
Exactly. You got to talk. People don't talk. They don't talk.
Like, I know when Samaya and I, whenever we're dealing with something, or we get in an argument or anything like that, I always, try to get some self-reflection and think, damn, what did I do wrong?
Exactly.
Or what did she do wrong? Or, what can I do better? Because I could be selfish sometimes. Like, yeah. I'm really glad Samaya's like helped me work on that, and I'm always working on bettering myself. Because I think sometimes whenever I'm doing something,
you don't realize it.
Yeah, I don't realize it because I'm trying to be unselfish and trying to do it for us, but
right.
it's really not what I think I'm doing, and I have an outside perspective to put eyes on that. So I work on being selfless every day.
Yep.
Try to do something.
It's the best thing to do, just be selfless.
And consistency is another thing that I've learned.
Always gotta be consistent.
In relationship, that was like I said, from the high school relationship, I learned I have to be consistent. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm, even on my bad days.
The same. You gotta keep that smile up. You can't change it. Another thing, you have to also remember that you're in control of somebody else's feelings as a man. Like
100%.
Speaking from a man, like from a male perspective.
That's correct. That's correct.
You gotta recognize, like, she thinking this way, and it's up to you to learn how she's thinking, and you gotta take into consideration that and your feelings.
Right.
Not to say put your feelings to the side,
mm-hmm.
but you gotta be a man and just be like, all right, for our relationship, I'll sacrifice.
Right.
That's a word, sacrifice. I will sacrifice. Just so she can have, and just so we can just keep going through this thing that we got together. Because I know it's not perfect, but it's worth it.
Yep.
It's worth it.
No relationship will be perfect. You find a perfect relationship, somebody lying.
Yeah, somebody
point to
some stuff behind it.
I point to two liars right
exactly.
there. Y'all relationship ain't perfect.
You
think Barack and Michelle perfect?
No.
Hell no. love me some Barack and Michelle.
I love them.
But I know behind closed door, they're not the most perfect human beings. They working every day in their relationship.
You gotta think, in a relationship, you're gonna have ups and downs. No relationship is not perfect. And like, you just gotta find somebody who you can deal with.
Right.
Oh, she get on my nerves. Oh, he get on my nerves. But I love that person.
And one thing too, you can't run into your friends and
what's your problem
all the time and consistently complain about that person, and then you stay in that relationship.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going off complaining about your relationship every day, then there's a problem. There's a legit problem with that.
Nobody should be arguing every day, and I recognize that. I was naive in a couple of past relationships. Like, I was naive. I was like, I didn't recognize that certain people like don't take heed to the way you are as a person. See, me, I was raised by strong women, so I know how to treat a woman. I know we have to communicate, and I was raised just the right way, I would say. So it's not easy to get something out of somebody, especially when they used to like just shutting down or not having to talk and just putting stuff aside. That's what I learned from past relationship. You just gotta find a better way to communicate.
Right, exactly. And I say from your experiences, and from what you see in certain reactions, just being observant of other people's relationships, that can sometimes placate into the style how you love another person. So if you're with a young lady who didn't have a male figure in their life,
that's true.
You're gonna have to love them sometimes in a certain kind of way. You're gonna have to show them the type of man you are.
And you gotta be consistent. With girls or females like that they haven't had a father figure, or they just used to like males just walking in and out of their lives. You just gotta show a different side of emotion, and you just gotta show consistency. Like, I'm gonna beat, I'm not gonna leave. And it's hard because it takes time.
And another type of female, the one who's daddy's little girl. That's a different kind of love too. Somebody who, already has a male figure that's he gonna do this for you. Yeah, he's gonna do that for you. He gonna jump through hoops and everything.
And if he don't do it, daddy will always be here. So you gotta pick and choose. It's tough. It's tough, but another thing too, you just gotta put in time. You don't have to rush into anything that you do in life. Anything that you rush and don't like consider all the variables and options for it, it's always gonna turn out disastrous.
Right.
Like, you just gotta
be patient.
Exactly. Patience is a virtue when it comes to relationships. So.
Sometimes you gotta let things fester and manifest into something bigger.
Yep.
You just have to let it grow.
Go through the motions. Just go through the motions. That's what I mean when I say you gotta go through that heartbreak. You gotta go through everything. Cause it always, like, before something big happens, it always goes down first, and then
those are sometimes
you don't even think of what. And then once you find the right person, you thank all your exes, like, oh, I thank God I find this with you. I find this with you, because the person I'm with now, that's exactly what I was trying to get to.
Right.
And you showed me exactly what not to do and what to do.
And sometimes you got to be thankful for your current relationships, exes too, because they made them to better people too as well. So
they know exactly.
I try not to. I don't have any ill will towards anything that's happened in the past with my current.
Mine either.
That's what happened with y'all.
Yeah.
She
here now.
She here with me now.
She here now.
I ain't really necessary. Now, I ain't gonna be the one to say I don't take into consideration what happens with somebody's past.
That's true.
I'd be a hypocrite if I say I don't consider.
It's.
But
it wouldn't be a big deal, but you still have to take into consideration,
right?
Because you don't want to be that guy who, oh, she perfect. Why she? I'm the kind of guy, you know this. If somebody is single, they're single either because they want to be single, or because people are just tired of putting up with the shit that they do. you gotta
sick of your shit.
You gotta find out which one it is.
Right.
So, and it's a good way to go in. Like,
it's a crapshoot. It's 50-50.
Exactly. It's 50-50. But you gotta find which one it is. Like, oh man, I hope I don't waste my time.
Right.
I hope I don't do this.
Because that's what everybody hates, though. I think.
Yeah.
When they get their time wasted.
And then looking like a dummy.
A fool. Like all the signs was there.
All the signs was exactly. And I learned that too.
But sometimes you just gotta take that shot.
And you gotta take it.
You miss 100% of the shots. You don't take.
You gotta take the shot. I be lying, cause I always, you know how I am with the bros.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all forever, so I'm always gonna take y'all opinion into consideration. But I'm still like, not now. I learned my lesson. But over the years, I was like, I know that the guys were like, this fool. I told him. I told this idiot not to do it, and he did it.
But what they say, a hard head make a soft ass.
Yeah, it do.
You learn.
But you learn. It's just a learning thing. Like, your parents tell you all the things you need to know.
Yeah.
But you gotta go through it in order to be like, you know what? I'm gonna roll some big balls.
Right.
You was 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 right.
But I think that's just with, like I said, with anything in life. Like I said, your parents are experienced.
Yeah.
And like there's not all parents are insightful. Some of them are deadbeat. Some of them are neglectful.
Yep.
But there's a lot of parents out there. I'll never categorize too many things. But with parents, most of the time they know what they're talking about. So when they tell us, "Oh, you can't go over such and such house," I don't trust them.
And then you always you upset in the moment,
right?
But they looking out for your best interest. Like,
not too many parents aren't going to make decisions that aren't in the best interest of their children.
It's true.
Because nobody who gonna put their babies
in harm's
way intentionally. And like I said, unless you a deadbeat. Or you neglectful.
A deadbeat. That's it.
Exactly, and they don't need defects need to step in.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello. Yeah, exactly. So when I look at just my
like
past,
the past, yeah, like it. I wouldn't even. I learned a lot. Like I had to write some shit down. Like,
right.
Let me see what I wrote. It's crazy. What we talked about already. You're responsible for your feelings and
somebody
others.
Else.
Like that's
like I said. That's I learned that best from my pops. And like I said, I've always been an observant person, but specifically of my dad. And it's always that's why I always am passionate when it comes to a father being a kid's life.
A good father.
A good father. You don't have to be in a relationship with the mother of the child, but the importance of a dad
to a son.
Ain't
nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it. And the importance of a mother to a son too as well.
That's true.
You see from just talking, from seeing what my dad does with my mother, just that relationship I'm thankful for, because it's taught me,
all the stuff that you want,
right?
What you got to do in order to keep this here. They've been together for years,
right?
And they're happy. Like, I'm pretty sure they go through their things, but they're happy,
right? Exactly.
They talk it out. Nothing lingers, and it's just a good partnership,
right? Exactly. So it's like you said, it takes two.
Yeah,
it takes two to tango.
And I got be careful with your words at all times,
right?
Because to my men, women never forget. They never forget anything. Like you,
it's somewhere in that file.
It's such.
You said this on June 22nd at 9:32.
Wait a minute. Let me look at my brain and figure out when you said this. You gotta communicate, and to my guys, just don't ever settle.
Nah.
Don't ever settle. I seen guys get stuck in relationships where they don't want to be there because they don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Right.
But your feelings are the main feelings that matter. Unless you're in a marriage, like your feelings should always be taken into account. And that's the last thing I said. Never forget who you are as a person to accommodate the other person.
Right.
Because you will lose yourself, and then you'll be like, dang, why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Facts. 100% facts. Same thing. Like I said, a lot of the points you made, like I said, trying to take in consideration to the ladies too as well. Same thing. Work with the females too. Don't settle.
Never settle.
Never. Don't settle with anything in life. Your
happiness. I was about to say your happiness is worth more than anything, like any material thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know how it is. Cause we guys we want big ass.
Mm-hmm.
We want all that. We want all that.
Booty, butt, cheeks,
cute face, all that.
Cute face with a waist and a big behind.
But until you like experience like a person who really gets you
mm-hmm.
and like understands you, you don't have to change for that person. That's when you know it's real. You just be you.
Right.
Cause I'm a goof at heart. I don't be a goof till I'm under the ground. Like
I'm gonna be goof with my cane.
Exactly. I'm gonna be a goof forever. And like I used to compromise that, but now I'm able to just be myself, and it's like the best feeling ever.
So that's what you mentioned. Somebody you can just be yourself with.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you. What if being yourself is just like toxic though? Like
for the other person?
Yeah, because some people who are themselves, that calls for.
I mean, you know,
a fucked up relationship.
You know, in life, the biggest
because not everybody is sane.
The biggest enemy is yourself. So,
mm-hmm.
I mean, in that situation, it depends on like the person. Like, do you really love that person enough to like
mm-hmm.
look at yourself? Because it take big balls to look into that mirror and be like, oh damn,
I'm a fucked up person.
It's really me,
right?
And I do need to grow up. That's another thing. Like, you can't be immature and not like grown up. Like, you gotta know when to turn it on and off.
Right.
That's what I would say for that one, because if someone is like really upset with that, that means I don't have an on and off switch. I'm always that person.
Right.
Like, I'm not always a goof. I just know when to do it and when not to.
When to be goofy,
like,
when not to be.
If we serious and we talking about plans or something, and like I know she wants my time and for me to not be goofy,
right?
I know when to not be goofy. So that's how I'm answer that one.
True. That makes sense. I just wanted to play devil's advocate and see what you.
I get that look like, what you want?
Turn it off. Stop playing.
Not right now.
Right. I think somebody got that same look too. I don't want to do the face on camera because that's an ass whooping waiting to happen. But she got them light eyes that just. I'm sorry, babe. My bad.
And like the last thing I think I gotta add or want to add to it, always remember that time heals everything.
You do.
Because you break up with a person and you be like, man, fuck, forget that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk to that person ever again. They did this to me. They hurt me. I can't believe they hurt me. And then months pass, and like, not even months, days pass and weeks pass, and you just like, I hope that person all right. Especially if you care for them.
Right.
No matter how bad it was or what they put you through, you always want to know how the person is feeling.
Right.
But out of respect for them and respect for yourself, you don't even ask.
Right.
You just gotta keep going, and eventually, y'all talk.
Yeah.
Y'all talk. Unless you was out here just cheating.
Unless that person was
and beating the hell out of you. Yeah, like, no, that ain't you. Nah. You need to be locked
Next
up.
time we talk, it's gonna be
with
some,
a gun or
something.
something.
Some gunplay. That's what's gonna happen the next time we talk. But I get what you're saying. You made some excellent points. So that brings me to as well to you mentioned consistency.
Yep.
You mentioned time. You also mentioned communication.
Definitely.
Those were the three I got just in.
And those are the three keys to a healthy relationship.
To a healthy relationship, and just as well getting over the ex, I took away time. Time well again.
Yeah.
Articulating your feelings.
Yeah. You gotta communicate. Just find someone like. Therapy is not a bad thing.
Nah, hell no.
I don't know why it has like a bad stigma to it. Like,
nah.
If you, I mean, we all. Mental health is like. Is wealth. It really is wealth. It's just like your physical health.
Mm-hmm.
you want to be in tip top shape mentally and physically.
Right.
Like you can't be drained.
Cause hell, life is about
exactly. Cause
life is 80% mental.
And you worrying about like, oh, I gotta worry about the relationship. I gotta worry about finances. I gotta worry about work. Some people gotta worry about kids, families. That shit is stressful, man. Like you gotta communicate. You can't
keep all that stuff internalized.
No, because it'll turn you into like something you don't want to be. Suicidal thoughts. I seen it. People.
You might take it out on somebody else.
Exactly, and then you say, "Be careful with your words. You can't say this." Oh, I was upset. No, you don't. No, when people are upset, their true colors come out.
Exactly. That's you don't know somebody until you get in an argument.
I'm gonna say it. I always quote my guy, like Uncle Shannon said, "When emotions are high, logic is low." You're not thinking.
Yeah. You
just trying to. No. You trying to rebuttal. You're really having a strong, aggressive debate with that person. No, I ain't that. I ain't do this. I ain't do that. You know, people know that they're wrong. They just do certain things.
Right.
Like because they can get away with it.
Now,
until you find someone who won't let you get away with it.
Have you ever been in an argument? Can you? Well, let me rescind what I just said. Can you be in an argument with somebody and not mean what you say? Because I'm a big person and say what you mean what you say.
I don't know about that one.
Because if you say something, you thinking about it.
What I've learned from I can't speak from like a female's perspective, but just observing and from me myself, when I say something, it's been lingering. I wanted to say it and I didn't say it. And it's the right. I feel like, oh, I can say it now. Yeah. I can say it now because it need to be said. Since we putting everything on the table, let me say it. Exactly. So it's like,
yeah.
So like, since you bring it up all shit, I'm gonna bring up all stuff. So like, let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
No, you don't say anything you don't mean.
Yeah, I
know. If we was talking about like high schoolers and like you just get into college and you in that relationship, like I don't think you in that stage where you'll say something you don't mean.
Right.
Now as adults, we think and we do.
There's some intent behind it.
It's some very strong intent behind it. No, I said it. I meant it. Yeah. I meant it. My choice of words were probably bad, but I meant what I said.
Do you think we get more stubborn as we get older?
I'm stubborn, period. I'm a Leo. Yeah, I think we get stubborn because we from past relationships, you know what you don't want to deal with, and you like, I'm not dealing with it. Yeah. I don't care. I'm not dealing with it. No. I said no. I already dealt with that. I already dealt with the female who was like unappreciative or didn't like appreciate shit. So if you don't appreciate it, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And you gotta realize too, just to add something to what you learn about the past, you cannot go into a new relationship with baggage. You cannot what am I trying to say? Just because it didn't work with the other person don't mean that you can't try it with someone else. Like,
right. It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse to not treat the other person the right way. Like, oh, I did this for the person and she didn't take it the right way, so I'm not gonna do it for nobody else. You can't let one person fuck up what you do for the next.
Right. Exactly. So, that's just with anything.
That's
anything life.
In life, yeah.
There's a lot of messed up aspects in everybody's life, but don't carry that hurt into something else. I ain't Hartsfield Jackson. You don't need to be bringing no baggage.
No baggage here.
Baggage around here.
Nah, this ain't LAX, y'all.
Yeah, hell no. I ain't baggage claim, man. Hell no. That shit is expensive.
It is.
So, I try to. I like a period of self-reflection.
Yes, you see.
I'm not gonna jump into anything
from. That's what we can talk about from a guy's perspective.
Too quickly.
Men are not gonna jump into like no relationship. They might jump in between some. They might jump in between some legs.
Right.
But we're not trying to, especially because like certain guys, most of the guys like we all have great parents. Like PK, we all have great parents, and we've all experienced some type of like heartbreak, and it's just like we don't jump in this shit. We just gonna party. We gonna hang out with each other while we dealing with that grief.
Play some video games.
Yeah,
talk about
we just gonna talk about it. Like we gonna be like open and honest. And I say like over the years, we done got so close to the point where like, oh damn, I remember when I broke up with one of my exes. And I put it in the group message that I was like, damn, yo, I think I'm single. And everybody was like, nah. You
just playing, yeah, fucking around, yeah.
You're just bullshitting. Y'all gonna get
back together.
Yeah, y'all married. Y'all cool. And once I like said it again, y'all was like, oh damn, this nigga for real.
He's serious.
Like, oh, he's serious. Oh, and then I was like, dang, I ain't wanna like tell the guys. And I was talking to Bree and Ray about it, and I was like, without that advice, because I remember. Everybody gave me like words of advice, but I remember I was like, I gotta call Alan. And it was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, because I remember somebody being up.
Yeah, I was at Taco Bell. I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, Alan, bro, I don't know what to do, bro. I can't sleep. I gotta go to work at like 6 in the morning. I don't know what to do. Like, and I remember he just was like, bro. You gotta remember you're a good guy. You can't lose sight just because it didn't work with that person, bro. You just gotta keep going. I remember Ray was just aggressive. She was like, "Do I need to calm down? And
kick somebody
kick some ass?" I was like,
"Hit him with the stuff."
Nah, that ain't even work. Nah, that shit. So I was like, man. But yeah, you learn a lot. You need to reflect.
Exactly.
You gotta self-reflect. You gotta be like, damn, this didn't work because of my attitude. I wasn't consistent. I didn't show enough patience.
Right.
I wasn't catering enough to her needs. And it's like a self-assessment. That's what,
because everybody like to be loved in a certain type of way. I know with myself, I'm a super low maintenance dude.
I'm very low maintenance.
I don't need no gifts.
None of that.
I don't like.
The time is a gift for me.
Yeah, your presence is enough. Like I know you're having solid words of encouragement, positively affirming me.
And always just be there for me.
Right, exactly. So when I'm down, just be a hand to pat me on the back and tell me how much you love me and support me, and just just because I like being loved that way, don't mean my girl like being.
She want that, yeah.
She might want something different.
Exactly.
As a man, I gotta pay attention to that
and
learn how to love her. That's true. And you learn that, and you learn every day.
You learn every day until you die.
Exactly.
That's the truest statement. My aunt used to tell me, like, you never stop learning. So
don't be. And I'm trying to stop being stubborn in that you just have to evolve in relationships.
Yeah, you gotta grow.
Every day is different.
You grow. I'd be lying if I told you I was like, Alan, in 2019, I'm probably own a house. I'll probably be married. Cause I was like, I ain't never get married. Never. Fuck that. But I never do it because the person might switch up on me. And then I remember my aunt just being like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I'm serious. I done tried it and it didn't work. She was like, okay. When you fail a test, what you do? You keep going until you do what?
Pass it.
That's what life is.
Exactly.
And I think about it every day.
And what happened after you failed that test? Do life end?
Nope. You go back to the drawing board.
Keep going.
And keep going.
That's
all life. That's life, relationships, work.
Everything.
Everything in life, you gotta keep going.
Stuff don't stop just because you fail.
Just because you fail, only the strong survive. You gotta keep going, like, chance after chance.
Right.
Because life give you chances.
And Darwinism will eliminate your ass real quick.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes.
Yep.
So, shit. Relationships are such a complicated thing, but they're not.
No, it's really simple. We complicate it.
Yeah.
We complicate it.
Relationships is a simple concept that we do complicate. And that's why it's so important with your relationships, with parental relationships, the relationship you have with your sibling, the relationship you have with people in school, from bullies to friends to people you just see in passing. All those type of things that happen, they're important, and they play into how you deal with certain things in life too as well.
We just complicate it too. We use love as like something that it shouldn't be. Like, I'm gonna do this because I know she love me, even though I know it's wrong. She gonna always be there, or he gonna always be there for the women.
Right.
Like, we just give it. We try to take as much as we can until that person be like, no, because you can only do what the other person allows in a relationship.
Right. And do you think social media has changed the way we view love? Because
it does, because we see. I'll use me for an example. Like, when I see a cute couple, I used to like just think, oh, their life is great because they got money, they doing this, they doing that.
Right.
And once you grow older, you realize that don't mean shit. Like, it don't mean nothing, because you still got to put in work. You still got to like give time. Once you become an adult, you realize your time management skills are crucial, because you got to work. Your body be tired. You want to go to sleep, but your girlfriend ain't got no time from you. You got homework if you in school. Like, you got all this other kids. Like, you got bills you got to pay. You got all this stuff you got to worry about in life. But yeah, social media plays a role in how love is viewed now, because they see people with these like pictures, and they always document something like
not living in the moment.
Not living in the moment, because the best things in life are unseen.
Right.
Like,
yeah, there's truly a lot of moments that social media has not captured within, I know, your relationship, within my relationship.
Exactly.
That is just like,
and I was like, oh, this is the best feeling ever.
Right.
And I wish I would have took a picture, but then I would have been distracted because I would have been on my phone.
Right. And we might not have lived in the moment like we should have.
Moment, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how it goes. Like,
and I think image is really, really important. We just have a really distorted image and perception when it comes to love.
Perception ruins a lot of things.
God.
Social media.
It ain't too many couples out there that you can say, hey, they got it right. They're not out there cheating. Yeah. They're not out there doing this. They're not out there doing that.
And with the cheating, it's just like, it's crazy. Because girls be like, oh, I'm not going back if he cheat. And then you got some girls be like, Beyonce went back to Jay-Z, blah, 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 this and that. Everybody's situation is different. If you really love somebody, I'm pretty sure you can get over the cheating.
Right.
Like, certain people can, certain people can't. It's a maturity thing and a perception thing. Like, you got to deal with the backlash. If you're in a public relationship, like Tammy, I'm pretty sure she'd hear it every day. Why you still with Waka? He cheated on you.
Yeah.
Beyonce, why you still with Jay-Z? He cheated on you. They don't care. The love outweighs that. They got families that they got to worry about. That's what people don't take into account.
Exactly.
And the internet is a mirage.
Right.
Because it's not true. Nothing you see on the internet is true.
All the time. Yeah, 100%.
Like, you gotta, unless you are with those people every day, or you like know about those people, you don't know what they're going through.
And even then, some people who you're with every day, you truly don't
even know, because it happened behind closed doors.
Right. Not everything that happens in the dark comes to light all the time. I don't care. I don't 100% agree with whatever done in the dark comes to light all the time. Because sometimes it don't. And I'm pretty sure my favorite couple, Steph and Aisha.
Yeah.
They go through stuff. They go through stuff too. Like, they be fussing, but I mean, at the end of the day,
it's some beautiful couples.
Right.
Out there.
That's a positive image.
That did it right. Like, I like Russ and Nina, Russell Westbrook. I like him and his, because they've been together for a while. They played basketball in college together. Like, she was on the girls' team.
Yeah.
I like the couples that actually, like, to me, I'm perceiving that they did it right, because I haven't seen no backlash or anything.
I don't like really the people who contradict what they say. What we talked about, how a girl or a female or male will mention, "Oh, I want this, this, and this,"
and then go back to
this, or they'll say, "Hey, I'm a big fan of this individual who ain't living a lifestyle." Now, I can, like I said, that's another topic where we separate the individual from the work. But you know, sometimes the individual and the work tie in together.
That's true.
And that's a little piece of the person. That's always going to be a piece of the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's the image of love is really is an important one.
It is.
But we have a distorted perspective on what true love and what relationship goals or what representation of relationships.
I feel like with the social media, it's become more like materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I got to have the big wedding. I got to have the big ring. I got to have the nice house, the nice car. I got to have all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if you guys are arguing every day, or if it's not right, the materialistic things are gonna like go away.
Yeah.
They don't last forever.
No.
Not the materialistic last forever. You got to be mentally strong to be with someone like every day for the rest of your life.
Right.
And people don't understand that they take marriage as a joke.
Yeah.
And it's not. Like, people keep getting, like, I see people getting divorced all the time, but you made like this vow before God, like, and you cheating, you doing this and that.
I'm gonna spit in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ's face like that.
Yeah, like that's, come on, man. Like, it's sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is supposed to be sacred, but nowadays it's just like
whatever.
I'm just doing it to say I'm married.
Right.
I want to be goals on Instagram or something.
Right.
But shout out to the couples out there that got real love. Yeah, they got real love.
Real love. I'm searching for. Yeah, man. Relationship, like I said, we've covered a lot of stuff when it comes to relationships, man.
Just and that was just like two topics.
2%, man.
Yeah, that's 2%.
Man. But when you think of relationships too, you can't live in that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Too.
Yeah.
That's with life too, man.
That's life.
Could you imagine certain situations being, if they happen?
Oh man.
That shoulda, coulda, woulda been. I got some crazy stuff for you.
I think that's how we should end it today.
Yeah.
Like, with these, I wrote some down too.
Yeah, I got a couple things too.
Me and Alan wanted to start like this little segment where we do like top 5 what ifs or what shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
If this happened, it's crazy. I don't think mine is gonna be crazy as Alan's, because I know Alan is.
Give me one.
I said, what if Michael Jordan never retired and played baseball? I mean,
Space Jam would have never came out.
That's true. Oh man, it'd be crazy, but I feel like he would have like 8 rings.
Man, did you know Tony Hawk was supposed to get the Space Jam sequel? It was supposed to be with like Tony Hawk.
A skating sequel?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that would have been crazy. That would have
been. I would have watched it because I'm a big Tony Hawk fan.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan never would have retired. Well, LeBron be the GOAT automatically. There wouldn't be no debate, to be honest. The GOAT conversation be between LeBron and Kobe.
That's true.
Michael Jordan really wouldn't be considered.
Because I don't know. I really think the Magic still would have beat them that year. With Shaq and Penny, and they always like firing on Austin. When he came, you remember he came back halfway through the year to play, and then they lost to the Magic, and that's when the Magic lost to the Rockets. So I don't know. It's tough, but Michael Jordan should never play baseball. No disrespect.
But I mean, he went out there and did it for his dad.
He did it for his dad. It was for a good cause.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I mean, I understand why, and there was money still involved. He
made so much money.
He still was going to be a millionaire.
The best athlete of his generation.
So
easily.
That's a solid shoulda, coulda, woulda. Man,
that was my first one. That was the first thing that came to mind. Like, what if Jordan ass ain't never played baseball?
You know, the first thing that came to my mind was shoulda, coulda, woulda. Aaliyah. Like,
I got her on my list.
On what scale would she be currently?
Currently,
I said she'd be bigger than Beyonce. And
currently, I think because her first album, the first couple of things she did was so big,
right?
And that's in a time when people was actually buying albums.
Right. And she came off so angelic.
And she can perform too. Like it's not like she had her own style, just like Beyonce got her own style. Mm-hmm. She set the groundwork for Beyonce for me.
Yeah.
Cause she was like the first one, and she did it at a young age, just like Beyonce did.
Right. So, and she could act.
And she could exactly. She
Romeo
did
Must Die was a good movie.
All the stuff that Beyonce was doing, Aaliyah did it before she did.
Right.
Like she was acting it. Romeo Must Die was a good ass movie.
That was a great movie.
Man, it was a good movie. She was singing. She had the look. Leah was beautiful. Like
it was a good role for minorities, the Asian community and the black community.
Exactly.
Jet Li and herself.
DMX.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was good. It brought all the communities together. Everybody loved Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, that was a great movie. So it boded well just for everybody. And she was just a culture changer.
It was. I was about to say, it's no slack against Beyonce because I love Beyonce.
Yeah, I love Beyonce too.
But I feel like Aaliyah, like she had more years ahead of her already, so she would have been solidified.
Right.
She would have been solidified in the game.
Man,
that's tough. I mean, I had the same thing. I said, what if Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, or Left Eye never died in their prime?
I think Left Eye would have been.
She was
to this point. I think TLC.
She would have left the group.
I think TLC had a relationship where they were so close to each other that if they were to do their own separate projects, they wouldn't have an issue.
It probably would have been like the Migos.
Like the Migos, yeah. Like now they're not at the magnitude of TLC,
no.
But they don't get upset when they do separate entities.
Right.
They don't, and they support each other.
They support each other.
And they supported Left Eye when she went on her little trip too.
And while this bunch of stuff happened, yeah.
Right. And I think Left Eye probably, because at the time Queen Latifah was the best female rapper.
Yeah.
You had Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and
Eve. I think Eve.
Was Eve around that time?
She was coming out. She wasn't out yet.
There was a couple female MCs out during that time that were just great, and I think Left Eye was so artistic in what she was doing that she probably would have.
It's around the time when Erykah Badu was starting to.
Right, and then Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill, yeah.
So I think she would have probably been a good MC. I think she would have been one of the best, if not top 2, top 3.
Left Eye was so dope. She was so dope, man.
Just a dope person.
Yeah, like her spirit. It kind of, I felt like her and Andre 3000 would make such an awesome couple.
Oh yeah,
because they like great personality.
Who she was dating from the Falcons?
Andre Rison, I think.
Oh yeah,
she burnt his house down.
Yeah. Another one I had was I ended up having a lot of political ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna stick to the music. If the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation never happened.
Well, that's my third one.
Oh, I had that.
What if he like that? I feel like Chris would have been even bigger than Michael.
No doubt.
Because Michael acting? Michael wasn't acting, was he?
I don't think Michael wanted to act though. He was in like commercials and
Chris is like that dope, like once in a generation talent where he can sing. He's probably the best dancer I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
He acts. He paints. Like,
did that happen after This Christmas came out?
I'm not sure.
I think that situation happened.
I think it happened after, yeah, because all the backlash and stuff was going on.
Because he was starting to do all those movies. Because he was in the
Stomp the Yard,
in the Stomp the Yards, This Christmas, and he was in another movie too, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember.
Oh, Takers. He was in Takers. Yeah. With T.I.
and
Paul Walker. Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a great movie.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I think with Chris Brown, if that situation never happened, it would have took them to the next level. And then the love for Rihanna kind of went up too as well because she was a victim and she was a survivor.
But they both, she'll say it too.
Mm-hmm.
They both were in the wrong. But he's the male,
man,
so
you don't need to put your hands on a female.
Regardless, I know it's hard, but you can't. You
got to be disciplined in your mindset.
I had one political one. It was kind of a funny one for me. I don't think it would have made a difference. I said, what if Bill Clinton never cheated?
I can tell you this, that wasn't the first time Bill cheated.
No.
She was just a face. Monica Lewinsky.
Bill Clinton is probably my third favorite president. Cause Bill Clinton is probably my third. You know, Barack number one for sure. He might be number 2. I'm only 25, so I don't know it. I mean, it's definitely not George Bush. Definitely not. Trump is not a president. He's just an idiot in the White House.
I think, dang, Monica Lewinsky wouldn't have been famous. She the most famous side piece ever. She was a side piece before side pieces was popular.
It's a shout out to my side piece.
Damn, Monica. Mine was kind of like tied into not just one person, but just kind of the movement with like a lot of civil rights activists.
Mm-hmm.
But it started off with what if Martin Luther King was never assassinated, but it turned into me with Malcolm X and Huey Newton too as well. On top of that, big
three good ones.
Three big civil rights activists with
the reason we able to coexist to this day.
It was 3 different types of battles. I think each of them were fighting during that time too.
Because you know, Malcolm X had the Black Panther movement and everything.
Yeah, Malcolm X and Huey, but different kind of methods between them two. And then Martin Luther
Martin
King
was probably like the more mainstream guy.
Yeah, mainstream more because he was more peaceful.
Yeah, he didn't feel like violence was the answer, and still got assassinated.
Yeah, so I mean that was another one. And then to stay on the political thing too, JFK, if he never got assassinated.
That's tough, man.
I know Lincoln was assassinated too as well. That would have been an interesting one, but JFK was a little bit more striking with me because it seemed like
I think he appealed more to the people too.
Right, he had an interesting agenda of what he wanted to accomplish. So,
and I know because that's all we learned about it, damn history class.
Yeah,
I hated when they used to show all that JFK stuff. But,
right.
I mean, hey, I think he would have made a bigger difference than Abraham Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
I think he would have made a bigger difference.
Yeah, because it was different times. So I think JFK was an interesting one too for me.
My last one was basketball related. I put what if Gilbert Arenas or Brandon Roy never got hurt, because they both had crazy knee injuries. Everybody feel like Gilbert was out because of the gun shit, but he still was playing after that.
Yeah.
I think he signed the contract after that.
Right.
So, and Brandon Roy for me, oh my God, man. Brandon Roy was smooth. His game was like a mix of like D Wade with Ray Allen.
He was just a good his basketball IQ. People don't consider that a lot of time. People don't factor that into today's game in the past a lot. You have to be some kind of intelligent
to be a great superstar.
Right.
Because there's a lot of role players in the NBA, but to be a franchise player, you have to be smart. You have to be smart. I know basketball players get this stigma of
sports athletes.
Like they just dumb and know how to play sports. No, they just got a talent that they was blessed with, and they using it.
To piggyback off your sports related one, I think this is probably one of the most ultimate ones. But what if Len Bias never overdosed?
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Cause
he was gonna change the league.
I heard Len Bias was the truth in high school.
I mean, looking at the 30 for 30, he was the truth, man.
I'm genuinely interested to see what he would have. I would have been interested. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like as we talked about, it would have been interesting to see the career or look back, because we wouldn't have been able to witness during that time because we weren't of age yet. But just to look back on the type of career he might have had and the impact, because he got drafted by the Celtics.
Yeah. Yep. Number 1 by the Celtics. Also I had Sam Bowie on here too. Like, what if his knees weren't messed up?
Yeah.
Because everybody always give him hell. Like, how the fuck you drafted him before Michael Jordan and Hakeem? I think.
Nah. Hakeem was one
first, and then Sam Bowie.
Then Jordan.
Oh, okay. I was about to say whoever. Now that
the Rockets got away with it because it was Hakeem.
They knew what they was
He's
doing.
one of the greatest centers, if not the greatest center of all time. So he got away with that one.
Yeah.
My last one is if George Bush lost the re-election like he was supposed to.
Oh my God. That was when I found out what the Electoral College was.
Right.
I was like, how in the heck did he lose in all these states and still win? Like, the Electoral College voted out. That's when I was like, oh, I'm learning politics.
I'm learning about.
Dang, who was it? Al Gore.
Al Gore, yeah.
Oh,
it was they had the whole issue with Florida because Bush's brother was the governor during that time.
I was like, oh man, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a great way to end it off. That's a great way to end it.
Yep, shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
If I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Anything else you can think of?
No.
Because there's a lot of stuff.
I save it for the next edition.
There's a lot.
We can't just limit it to 5. It's so much stuff that like, what if this happened?
Right.
Or what if that happened? So I save it for the next one.
Yeah, there's a lot of political.
Yeah. A lot of music, like basketball, like sports in general.
Entertainment, relationship.
I will do my honorable mention when I talk about it more in depth later. What if Michael Vick never got caught with the dogs? Man, he'd be an Atlanta legend.
But he always talked about the work ethic. And a lot of athletes never get told no. And I think that's what's...
They never told Michael Vick no. He probably ain't never been told no.
I think that's the problem with a lot of athletes. They lack accountability.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother...
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's true.
But yeah. Crazy shit, man. We covered a lot today, man.
Yes, sir. Shit gonna keep getting. We're gonna start having guests on soon.
Yep.
So just stay tuned for more dope content. If there's anything you want to hear, just
let us know.
Yeah.
Anything we didn't touch on, any mistakes, any rebuttals.
Yep.
Not necessarily open for debate, but I'm open for other people's perspectives.
Mm-hmm. And you can drop some topics too.
Right.
If you want us to talk about it, because I know our people that watch they. Mm-hmm. I want to get them input too, so it's just for the fans and it's for our personal growth and stuff like that too.
Right,
so.
Exactly. Not necessarily a quote unquote debate show, but more so insight show, just to see everybody's perspective. Like I said, always open for what other people got to say. If you feel like what we said was
spot on, or if you want to piggyback and add on,
something incorrect, or you feel that we could add to, or something that you can add to, I'm open for that, man. Like I said, I don't want to go back and fuss and fight and argue.
No.
I mean, I can fuss and fight and argue. I like fussing sometimes, but
I do too.
But
I like to talk.
Right. I'm open pretty much we open for everything, man.
Yep.
About to go check these fights out.
That's what's up, bro.
All right, man. Peace out.
Yes, sir.